Yeah.
Coincidence.
Yeah.
Coincidence.
Yeah.
Coincidence.
Something that happens by chance, I think not.
Welcome back, investors, to Buy, Hold, Sell. Today we're going to just do a bit of an update on stocks that I've talked about previously, first being Iconic Labs and Zomedica. Before we get into it, don't forget to like the page, hit the alert bell, hit the subscription. Let's try and get it growing. We're nearly at 100. It'd be good to get that this week for sure. And also, don't forget, I am not a financial advisor. This news that I'm giving you is just an update. Some of the plays that maybe I'm going to make, I'm not telling you to make that. You need to make your own decisions and do your own due diligence as always. Without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, so the curse of the YouTuber, but Iconic Labs, I did a video on, and no more than a couple of days later, they were served with a high court claim in London. Details at that point weren't very clear, so I'm waiting until today just to get a bit more clarity on it, as Iconic have done their response. But to do with a fund not paying their fees, and we'll get into that now. As you can see here, several news reports out there about this, but the Irish Times, Iconic Labs served with high court claim in London. Okay, so the London listed Iconic Labs, which manages Joe and her media brands, has advised shareholders that has been served by a claim form from EHGOF. Okay, so the European High Growth Opportunities Securitization Fund. Bit of a mouthful there, but the media and technology company said that the fund had filed a claim in the High Court in London, but was yet to file the particulars of the claim, meaning Iconic Labs was unable to respond or comment in detail. It is assumed that the claim is to do with specific loan notes that are allegedly due to EHGOF, and indicated that it would be an update the market in due course. Discussions took place last year between Iconic and the fund's investment manager in relation to the settlement of the amounts due under the loan notes. So this news came out on Friday, and I wanted to wait just until we got a wee bit more meat on the bones. And news broke sort of Sunday/today. Iconic Labs responds to announcement by OTT Holdings. Key thing is here is the AIM listed firm said it does not accept allegations and assertions made in the press release from OTT last Friday, and that it will seek to act in the best interest of its shareholders. Okay, so a wee bit of comfort in that. To go into the detail by saying, how much they've been restructuring, how much effort they've been putting in over the last sort of 20 months, and they've refused to accept this allegation. I suppose the key thing that also to note here is that finally, despite the allegations made by OTT Holdings in the press release, the board remains resolute that it will seek to act the best interest of its shareholders and shareholders as a whole. For the avoidance of any doubt, the board as a collective will seek to protect the reputation of the company and its board, and will take all actions that are necessary to do so, Iconic concluded. It's reported in the Business Post that a major shareholder in Iconic Labs was requested a general meeting. Hopefully that face says it all, really. Not good, guys. It's just one of those things. When I did my first video, it seemed that this was going to be a good buy for the long hold. It was obviously going to be high risk. It's 1/100th of a penny. And just to correct myself, I think in the previous video I said it was literally 1 penny. It was 1/100th of a penny. But it's just not good. On the back of the news on Thursday, one of my subscribers actually was quick to comment as well. Appreciate that. Thankfully, I have all my notifications set up on different forms, so I was aware of the news, and obviously the share price dropping anyway. I've sold half of my position in it. That happened at a bit of a loss, unfortunately. But the fundamentals change, guys, and I'll keep hounding that in. You buy stocks, if the fundamentals change, don't be afraid to pull out. Can't stress that enough. There's a lot of uncertainty about it. Now, I've pulled out half my money. It's fell a wee bit more since then. I haven't bought back in, and I'm waiting for more meat in the bones. I've got a wee bit more clarity, but it doesn't really help me. So what you've got is the allegations being made, and you have Iconic Labs that are refusing those in simple terms. Something's got to give. Now, I like the idea of having this general meeting and shareholders maybe being able to probe and ask the questions of the directors. The directors have, at times, come under scrutiny by the shareholders. So, look, for me, this is a hold at best. It is a bit nervy. I would be holding just because I'm keen. I still think that you have to get the benefit of doubt. It could change and it could push on by all means, of course. And if it does fall substantially lower, perhaps the clarity will come, and then I can re-put in the 50% that I have in to bring my stake back to where it was. I wouldn't say just sell and throw all the toys out, because all the points that I've previously made still stand. If this perhaps give the benefit of doubt is just a mistake, or it is something that Iconic Labs are sure that they're being accused wrongly, then this could be put right, and then the gains that have been had over the last sort of 18 months could possibly be back on the cards, and then we could push on, and just like my previous video, those points would be made again. So it's nervy out there, investors, on Iconic Labs. It was a high risk one to begin with anyway. This news isn't great, but for me, I'd be holding. But if you have a substantial amount of money in it, I would consider perhaps reducing that stake, just to give yourself a wee bit of insurance really there, that if it does fall more, you're not taking a full gaping on that, and then maybe you could consider putting the money back in once the allegations or once we have a wee bit more meat on the bones, a wee bit more clarity. So yeah, that's Iconic Labs, guys. Moving on to the next one, Zomedica. Okay, so Zomedica, I've done a previous video on, really excited about this one, and we've got some great news. Okay, as of yesterday, it was reported that Zomedica CEO issues shareholders letter as a true forma nears commercialization. Okay, so this is obviously the hype. This is what we've been talking about. This is the reason why people are getting so excited about Zomedica. The veterinary health company created a point-of-care diagnosis products for cats and dogs. Today issued the following letter from Robert Cohen, Chief Executive Officer, updating Zomedica's shareholders regarding several key activities and events. So I've talked about Zomedica in my previous video. Go into the archives to see what all the excitement's about, but this is just a bit of an overview on a wee bit more of an update. Dear shareholders, I am hopeful that you're a pleasant holiday season and wish you the best during the new year. We as Zomedica are excited as we enter 2021, ready for a year of positive events. As a result of the recent increase in price of our common shares over the last several weeks, investors have been exercising their outstanding warrants, which has resulted in Zomedica receiving more than 40 million of additional cash through January 15, 2021. Okay, so what happened was, I had about a 300% rise. I did my video, I think it went up and over 25% the next day, and then it kind of went a bit up and down, a wee bit down more so than where the highs were since then, but that's been down to shareholders exercising their outstanding warrants, right? So that kind of sometimes can be seen as a bad thing, and I'm not surprised that the prices went down, but ultimately for this type of stock, it did not concern me. If anything, I was excited by the dips because it meant I could buy more, and after this news yesterday, I can't wait to buy more today. This additional infusion of cash further enhances our already very healthy balance sheet. Our cash and cash equivalents now are in excess of $90 million, net of all capital and operating expenditures from the fourth quarter. We expect this amount to be sufficient to fund operations at least through calendar year 2023. Our goal is to be cash flow positive at that point. So brilliant. Pretty much they're saying, guys, even with a pandemic, even with all these issues, we are solid for another couple of years, and within that time they're going to hope that this product, True Forma, is going to get up and running. Woo! I can smell it. Smell the money cooking, baby. Okay, this is another good thing to see. Also of importance to shareholders is revised bonus plan instituted by Zomedica management. Previously, the level of bonus achievement for all bonus eligible employees other than the Chief Executive Officer was calculated on a quarterly basis based on individual milestones. Okay, so we don't know entirely what all that meant, but this is the key thing. They've moved for 2021. These metrics have been changed, okay? 2021 bonuses will be calculated annually based on the achievement of Zomedica revenue and cash flow projection achievement. This change was made to better align bonuses with shareholders' interest and value creation for our shareholders. In simple terms, performance will equal bigger pay. So you're hungrier, you're more driven, you are going to want to smash targets and constantly improve to get bigger bonuses. So nothing's guaranteed unless Zomedica takes off. And let's face it, why would any people within the company change to this here as well? I mean, it's not like they can just make this decision and piss off everybody. They will have consulted the members of the team, and they would have collectively decided, yeah, okay, let's move to this here because they believe this will make them more money, which just means that they're really in-house, really confident of the performance of True Forma. Woo-hoo! Hot! 500 degrees or more, you may get your oven mitts out. This is going to the top. So we are, of course, approaching our plan March 30th commercial launch of True Forma, our point of care diagnostic platform. So they're still on date. We've got an update there again. Happy days. So like, it's going to be a slow burn, and there's no doubt about it here. And they're saying that, you know, the instrument and at least 3 assays in a limited geographic area in order to test our distribution system to make sure that it performs as we anticipate. So smart. They're not just going to roll this out straight away. They're literally going, right, let's take it in baby steps. We'll get it out. We'll make sure our distribution system is in place and we can fulfill on a small scale the orders that we need, and then they will upscale it from there. You know, and we hope to expand the geographic coverage if the market conditions justify such an expansion. So they've got good money, they've got good cash flow, they've projections there for the next 2 years. They're safe. Everything that they're going to do, they've talked about previously, they're going to be able to fulfill. March 30th won't be long coming around, just over 2 months away, and I would expect this stock to just to rise right up to that date, because the news articles are going to be out there. There's going to be more hype about it, and if they can meet that deadline, happy days. Products out. I mean, this is a long-term hold, guys, anyway. This isn't one that you're just going to swing trade, but if you wanted to, you could swing trade this probably for a couple of months and make a good bit of money on it. So there you go. That's the update on Zomedica. So the Iconic Labs was a wee bit, but the Zomedica is definitely a goer. This is great news. I'm really excited about that. Again, guys, that's the video. I'll keep you updated on the Iconic Labs, Zomedica, and any of the other stocks I've talked about as the news comes. That's what this channel is going to be about. I'm going to try and get the information out there as quick as you can so you can make your own decisions on the information. Look, love to hear your thoughts, like to get the feedback. Please drop me any comments in the comment section. Please like the video, please subscribe if you found it informative. Big thumbs up would be great. And until next time, enjoy your day.
Yeah.
Coincidence.
Yeah.
Coincidence.
Something that happens by chance, I think not.